IDK has just dropped his new album, You See For Yourself, and it's a follow-up to 2019's Is He Real? How did I feel about this album? Well, this is a review for it, and at 17 tracks long, this is IDK's best album yet. Quick before I get into the review, I did hear Vince Staples' new album too, and I thought it was really good, but I don't know if I'll do a video on that. I've been thinking about it, so turn on that notification bell because I might do something on it, but for right now, this is the main focus for me. A few days ago, I made a prediction video saying that this would be Album of the Year in the title, but then throughout the video, I kind of said, maybe it won't be because I don't think he'll stick to the conceptual themes. That was kind of like what I thought happened in his 2019 project, Is He Real? And yeah, those problems are still noticeable here. But the music is so good. This is an easy Album of the Year contender. Up there with Call Me If You Get Lost. I wouldn't put it above that yet. But hey, let's just get into the track by track review. Before I actually go track by track, I just want to say I am going to make a lot of comparisons to Is He Real, since this is, at least to me, and I believe IDK said this himself, supposed to be somewhat of a sister project. So there are going to be the noticeable comparisons there. So I just want to get that out of the way. So after we get the intro of the album, that's kind of like setting up a telephone call, we get the first real song, and that is Santa Monica Boulevard. A hard-hitting intro. IDK is really good at making these, I use this word a lot, but it's the only word I can think of, bangers. And there's a few of them on here, and Santa Monica Boulevard is the first. Keeping up with IDK's frequent themes of just not having the most great situation throughout growing up. He mentions it a few times in the hook. He did that all throughout the I Was Very Bad project. And I don't know about his other projects besides I Was Very Bad, IDK and Friends, and Is He Real? I recently listened to IDK and Friends yesterday, hyping up You See For Yourself. So then that was a good intro. I liked it. It was an easy, nice way to get into it. Then we get Dogs Don't Lie. I didn't really like that song that much, honestly. It wasn't bad. I don't think there was a single bad song on the album. But if we're talking about ones that, in the context of the album itself, this was definitely one of the ones that just missed me. Then we get the Truth interlude. There's a few interludes throughout here, so nothing really to say here. Following that, we get three. I was going to say two, but we actually have three back-to-back-to-back bangers. That being Pradada Bang featuring Young Thug, Shoot My Shot with Offset, and Red with MF Doom, Jay Electronica, and Westside Gunn. These three songs are all some of the best in... Ooh, I'm getting a little too far ahead of myself. Red and Shoot My Shot are some of the best songs of IDK's career. I wasn't feeling Prada Bang that much, although I did appreciate Young Thug's contribution. But overall, taking production into it and everything, all these songs hit hard, but I don't see what they have to do with the album lyrically. Because this whole album's theme was supposed to continue Is He Real's look on religion, but also a greater focus on love, or the lack thereof. And I looked into the lyrics of these three songs, and I don't see what's going on here. Now, obviously, Red is a very new song, so maybe the lyrics I looked up weren't exactly accurate, but Shoot My Shot and Prada Bang have each been out for a while, or at least a few weeks for Prada Bang, and then like a few months for Shoot My Shot. And I just don't see how they fit into the themes. I'll get into it at the very end review, but that is one of my problems with the album. I don't think it really stays on track, and that was a problem many people had with Is He Real too, myself included, just not as much as others. So all those tracks are good. Like I said, if we just go track by track though here, Young Thug's contribution to Prada Bang was solid. Shoot My Shot has one of the best hooks of IDK's career, and Offset has a good feature too. Offset rarely ever misses, but to that point he starts to get a little repetitive. I don't find that problem here though, I just want to say that. And then Red, we get what I believe is the first MF Doom feature since his death. Maybe he's had multiple, and I know he had that collab album with God, I think it's pronounced like Sarface. I might have got that wrong. That Super What collab project earlier. But out of context of his own projects, I think this is his first feature verse. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's really solid. It's good to hear MF Doom's voice. RIP Doom, of course, all caps when you say the man's name. Jay Electronica, I've never been too much of a fan of him personally, but his part here was solid. And West Side Gun kicks off the track, and he's great. And of course, IDK's part is good too. IDK rarely ever misses in the rapping parts of his songs. Following the little 1 minute jelly interlude, we get the track Puerto Rico featuring Lucky Day, who's an artist I've never actually heard of before. When I read it, I thought I just said Lucky at first. If you know Lucky, then you have a good taste in music. But this Lucky Day, solid part to the song. IDK's parts were good too. This was a track that at first I didn't really like, but on the second listen, I've heard it twice. I heard it when it first came out at 11 p.m. my time, and then like right when I woke up getting ready to do this video, I re-listened to the project again. And on second listen, I enjoyed Puerto Rico much more. Sorry, I just heard something outside. So Temporary Love was another little 1 minute interlude, which featured, I think it's pronounced Sir. Please let me know if I got that wrong. It's Siir. I might have said that wrong. And that was, fine. It's just a little short piece. 10 Feet featuring T-Pain would be my least favorite track here. I didn't really like it, and I didn't like T-Pain's. I assume it was T-Pain's pitched up vocals. I could have done without that contribution. Just really, this whole song was kind of a miss for me. Not a bad song, again, just didn't really hit for me like that. But following that, we get the track Keto, and that surprised me because I looked at the features prior to this, but I don't know if the source I looked at didn't have it written down, or maybe I just missed it and that was on me. But the Sway Lee feature caught me off guard, followed by Rico Nasty. And then another person listed was City Romanicki. I probably butchered that. I've never heard that name before, but yeah, Sway's part was really good. Rico Nasty is an artist that I'm not too into. I thought her album last year was pretty good, and I think she's a really talented artist. And like her best songs are really good. But this one just didn't, her feature here didn't really hit me like that. But IDK and Sway Lee stole it for me. Following that, we get this last few, like 5 tracks on the album, all really, secured it as an album of the year contender for me. And that starts out with 1995. This is another track that's about his mom, continuing themes that were on I Was Very Bad, but also Is He Real? Because the final track of Is He Real revealed that IDK's stepfather is the one who gave his mother AIDS, and she ended up dying from that. A really personal cut, honestly. And then 1995 just continues him talking about his mom. And whenever he talks about her, it's always about bad things. Or at least that's what like the takeaways are. And that will change in the final track, and I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, and it's just talking about his childhood, and he's really open and honest about it. And that will continue to the track Peloton, which is just a really beautiful song. One of the best of his career, has one of the best hooks he's made. The melodic vocals here are fantastic. I already went over that in the prediction video I made a couple days ago. And Hey Auntie featuring Slick Rick is so hard hitting. I didn't need Slick Rick's contribution to it. It was good, but it just wasn't like necessary to me. But in this track, IDK reveals that he was molested by his aunt, and that caught me so off guard when I heard that line. And he cuts off the line right before he finishes saying molested, but you know what he was going to say. City in Church, oh my God, Cry in Church. I don't know why I read it like that. That track, another good one. I mean, I don't know what else to say at this point. Another introspective cut, which has an outro done by DMX. And DMX, of course, did have a part in IDK's last album. And rest in peace, DMX, of course. And the closer, the closing track, Closure, really just wraps it all up, and just is him having leaving a voice message for his mom, saying that he thinks that her over-reliance on focusing on religion led to her not focusing on loving him, and that led to him treating women poorly. And it really does bring the themes of Is He Real back, and I appreciate that. A fantastic closer. I think the best tracks here are Shoot My Shot, Peloton, Red, Keto, 1995, Santa Monica Boulevard, Prada Bang, Hey Auntie, Crying Church, and then all the skits hit. I think this is an 8 out of 10, his best album yet, and an easy album of the year contender. Let me know what you thought down below. Like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.